All right, so welcome. It is now 5:03 p.m. and we will start off with roll call, please.
Donna Park,
Present.
Acting Chair Kisla,
Present.
Heather Dale, Lauren Davidson,
Present.
Jane Donnelly,
Present.
Councillor Legree, Tracy Stevens.
Present.
Chair, we have 4.
Perfect. All right, we'll start off with our land acknowledgement. As we gather, we would like to acknowledge that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history, and we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Honoring the traditional territories of the Indigenous peoples is one of the 94 calls to action of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's report. To do this properly, we encourage everyone to learn more about the lands that we call home, as we all have a role to play in reconciliation. Does anyone have any conflict of interest to declare?
No.
Perfect, then see. All right, confirmation of minutes. So the recommended action is that the Renfrew Public Library Board approve the regular board meeting minutes of March 24th, 2026. Can I get a first and second? Donna, Jane, perfect. Any comments, questions, odes, or poems about?
No.
Perfect.
Everything looks fine.
And
I saw.
Sorry
All
to
good.
jump in. I just made a note to myself just to confirm that VDO from last week stands
Yes.
for Finder Digher Ate, which is a global professional services network specializing in accounting, tax, and advisory services.
Research. Excellent. All right. If there's no comments, can I get an all in favor? All in favor. And so then I don't believe there were any business rising from the minutes. Perfect. All right, so we're going to move on to our board information packages.
Okay, so there was no correspondence. So next is library statistics. Were there any questions about this month's statistics?
No.
We have to recommend it first.
Not with these.
Oh, okay.
No, these are just statistics.
Okay, they were. It had so many things to do.
Yes, I know.
Well, statistics and activities.
Yes,
Yeah,
well, March break is really busy all the time,
yeah,
so
but 624 in in kids is fantastic.
yes,
Yeah, it really is.
yeah,
That
it was.
was because of March
busy.
break.
Yes, I know,
they were
but
so
they've
busy.
never had that many.
Yes.
people, so
That's
that's
fantastic.
impressive. It
Our
really
highest
is.
year was 2 years ago. Even then, it was only 500.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jana did amazing. It was great.
Yeah.
Everyone seemed to enjoy all the programs that
Yeah.
were put on.
Yeah.
There's a little client book taking out,
Yeah, we did, we noted that. Also, you would have noticed we did complete the update for memberships.
Mhm.
So the
Mhm, yeah.
expired cards were removed, so we did drop, but it will bounce back,
Mhm.
so. And hopefully some of them got that reminder, like your cards expired and renewed before
Mhm.
they were removed from the system,
Right.
so.
Perfect.
Anyway, it's still reasonable for a
Yes.
town this size. It's
Yeah.
reasonable
Mhm.
for that
So
many
we've
towns.
always had a good, like compared to the provincial average, we have a good percentage of
Mhm.
residents with library cards.
Good.
It's nice to see like there's a steady incline for all the communities, like
Mhm.
specifically in Renfrew, but also in Horton. There's an incline, which is great.
Yeah.
Okay. So this would be the library activity report. When I did the report, just because our meeting's so late in April, I did include early April happenings. So we broadcast Canada Reads. We didn't have anyone sit and watch the full debates because we just had them behind the desk. But it was great to have on, and then people could be there when it was announced who the winner was.
Mhm.
So that was exciting. I do have access to the banking now, and I was able to confirm we received that interlibrary loan top up from OLS, which is great. Jana and I selected, interviewed, and hired our summer reading club student, and the successful candidate was Abby McWhirter. And we're excited to welcome them next month. She'll start just after May long weekend. And she is currently studying ECE, but she seems fantastic with children, and she had strong recommendations when we checked her references.
Fantastic.
I was speaking before the meeting about Emily's maternity leave. We've had quite a few applicants, and interviews begin on Thursday and run into Friday, and hopefully we'll announce our successful candidate on Monday. Looking forward to that, just to get them in and trained by Emily before she leaves at the end of May, because it's crazy that May is next week.
Yep.
And then Madeline's will be posted by May 1st. Sensory Garden volunteer, you can see, well, I'm not sure, obviously our online trustees can't, but our seeds have sprouted. So we're excited to plant those. We're also looking at, I noticed today they're doing a watershed information session where you can pick up some plants. And I was thinking they would be good if they're for the watershed, like waterfront areas. It would be good right along our use troughs to kind of
Yeah.
soak up some of the water. So we'll go and see what they recommend, because they are native plants being handed out.
So great.
I took part in municipal relations in your library with Councillor Tara Roy de Clemente for East Gwillimbury. And it was fantastic. She's a great speaker. She's a big library advocate, but she really spoke upon, you have to get out there and advocate for your library, and just different things, how you can connect with the municipality. So I think because of Kelly's role, that like we're no longer as connected, but I still think just attending meetings, council meetings, and everything will be good for us. And then I went to the OLS Library CEO meeting and connected with CEOs from our area, well, Ontario, who have population sizes between 5,000 and 10,000, because that's where we fall. And we talked about the upcoming election, library boards, and inclusive library programming. I've updated all our accounts so that I'm the primary account holder and people contact me for things. There's a lot. There's surprisingly a lot of things to switch over. And I'm still answering Kelly's emails. And I know you had mentioned put a message, but I do reach out to the ones where I think that they need to contact someone directly from the town. And then I contact the ones that I think the libraries needs to remain a part of.
Perfect.
I met with Hannah regarding tourism initiatives, and we've discussed having a tourism spot in the library. I suggested outside the community program center. So we're either looking at the area where the DVD card is right outside the door, or to like when you go right across where the window is and the welcome to the children's department sign is, there's an area there that a board can be put. Or at the top of the stairs, it's not accessible as right at this entrance, because I feel like a lot of people just come in and they'll sit down and browse the book sale, even if they're not going upstairs to use the library.
Agreed.
So I think it would be a good spot. And then she came up with the idea to offer a like welcome to Renfrew tourist package.
Yep.
So we would have some people on it when someone comes to sign up for a library card.
Love that.
Yeah, because currently we'll send them across the street if they want apps or anything, but it'd be nice to have.
Something on hand.
Yeah, well, even today we had two gentlemen from Scotland, from Renfrew,
Oh, amazing.
Renfrewshire, Scotland, come in and they gave us some candy and some maps, and I'm like, oh, I have some Renfrew maps,
Yep.
and like I signed them up for an honorary library card, but we don't really have that package. That would be like, thanks for visiting us. So we think that would be good to have. Next I met with Bailey Marie. She's a local artist. to discuss the Forge mural, which will be across the back wall of the program center. And she has great ideas and she's going to send a mock-up once we figure out where, because we're not sure if at that wall, part of it's going to be used as a storage shelving unit for the Forge equipment. And then on the other wall would be the table to make things on. But once that's decided, then I'll send her final dimensions and then she'll send the final quote for it. I went ahead and made the first purchase. We got a chomp shop. It's a cardboard capping tool that kids can use without cutting their fingers or anything. And it's good because the materials are gonna be our empty boxes.
Right.
So it won't cost us anything, like it's just cardboard. So they can make lots of stuff and it comes with a guide and
Is that the
different-
table saw style one or is that? Yeah.
it's a little
Yeah.
box and they can make
Yeah.
everything
Oh,
on
okay.
it, but
They're still
other
cool.
libraries have said that they're really popular, so
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a good starting point, and then we'll get our sewing machine and our 3D printer.
There's another little set for kids that I got my grandchildren and it's fantastic and it's the same thing, but they're handheld things.
Yes.
Okay.
And you should get that and it's, I mean, you can get a set for $120 or something.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Yeah, because they love it, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I know my kids, they had just a plastic fake tool set.
Yeah.
But they still could use the saw on cardboard.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the handheld tools are great, and the
Yeah.
nice thing is, a lot of the sets come with like the cardboard attachment.
Yeah, that's what this one does. Yeah,
But
it's a really
if
good.
you think about it, then if we have 3D printer, if they go missing, you can just 3D print to
A new
replacement
tool.
to the
Right.
tools, yeah.
excited. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And then the clerk reached out about providing election assistance, and it's something we do already offer, so we will be training. Once we have those new staff members, they will be the ones who are trained to do that support on the computers if people need election assistance. And we are also provided with a guideline between what you can and can't say about the election. And then in the rest of the package, you'll see that our policy to update today was the elections policy.
Mhm.
And then finally, so we had, this was supposed to happen last year, the FortiGate computer system replacement. Instead, it came out of this year's budget. We did have it in the budget, but it took up the whole budget.
Okay.
It was higher than expected. Came in at $9,000. So, but it's done and it had to be done because the previous system was no longer supported.
Right.
So, and it's to be able to connect also, I feel, with the town system, because Valley Bites, they work with them as well.
Okay.
So it's been done, but it'll be on next month's financial statement. And then here's all the info about what happened during March break.
I know, there's a lot.
Yes.
And exciting stuff too,
Mhm.
like fun stuff. The kids, yeah.
Well, they really loved and I personally loved as well, the Nature's Ninjas.
Yes.
They were so cool. But yeah, no, everything was great. I couldn't believe that 9 kids came for the readathon, because it's popular, but it's not to come and sit and spend the day reading. So that's exciting. And it was great to have Jamie, the co-op student, the university co-op student. The weekly programs are still well attended.
I've had the stuffy sleepover.
Yes,
I love seeing that on Facebook, it's so fun.
They're good.
I heard they
That's
tried
come
to,
back.
they tried to get her in trouble by emailing Maggie.
You know, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see it until like I was looking through our posts. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know they must not have pressed send because I didn't receive the email.
Ah, silly animals.
I would have laughed. Yeah, so other than that, Madeline's programs went really well throughout the month. And the welcome baby kits, Andrew, our student, has been working on, he weeds them and irons them on for Canva. So
Right.
that's great, our bags are done, and then Jana puts together the actual information in the kits. All of the Loon was fantastic. We're done that for now, but it'll be back in the fall when CAP is available again. Yeah. Don't think there is, oh, there's a typo there, but I don't think there's anything else. Just if anyone's interested in the upcoming, there is the acrylic painting class. There it is. But I'm not sure, actually I have to look up the ages for that one, and then Quail Creek is coming for an art class. There's another session of Thursday Murder Club. And then the film festival, if anyone's interested in making a short film, or if you know anybody or any youth who are interested, we'd love to get some submissions for that. But it's the big screen showing is in Empire, just because we're partnering with the Empire Library for it. But we will show it also at the library on our screen.
Amazing.
And then on May 31st is the Sugarcane movie screening, which we partnered with Baffin for.
Okay.
So it will be at the Cultural Center.
Come join the Thursday Murder Club. If you're free on Thursday.
Okay,
Yeah.
There's
so
only-
actually, I had one
There's-
of my book club members had a complaint that she didn't know about any of these book clubs.
Yep.
Because she doesn't do Facebook, so
Okay.
she comes into the library a lot. She said they should have basically signs
There.
posted right there
Okay.
with what you're reading, because she said she
Mhm.
likes to look at books to look at what other book clubs are reading to kind of
Yeah,
help us when we choose our own.
okay.
The
So-
Thursday Murder Club is like a murder mystery.
Yeah.
And so it's not
So
a
like-
book, it's like an actual workshop.
Oh, I
But the
see.
Cup of Crime is the
Yeah.
Right.
I'll put that in there.
murder club. I don't know.
So if you could put down, yeah,
We're reading.
what you're reading and maybe just
Yeah.
add to it as you go along.
Yeah, that's great.
And put it somewhere where people that come in can
Mhm.
see it, so.
Yeah. I know,
That was a complaint.
no worries. Thank you for that, because I know the wine love of literature is full. But the
Oh, so
second
there
one-
is I didn't know if there was a
Secondary.
limit. so-
The secondary one, there's spaces in that one, but that one's Friday mornings.
Okay.
But it's because the Thursday night love of literature, it was getting too big. I think they
Oh.
had
Like this room was full.
15.
Oh, okay.
So
that's
they
true.
just said that's
Too
the
many.
limit for
Yeah,
that one, but that's
okay.
why they started the second one Friday
Okay.
morning. But Cup of Crime also is looking for members.
Okay.
So if they liked either of those, but we will definitely, that's a great suggestion, what we're reading.
Mhm.
I really wish our bulletin board we had more, like we have it on our television screen, but unless you're in at the right time, you're just gonna
Exactly,
see
yeah.
it flash by.
Yeah.
So if we had a spot where it could be just library programs instead of we've only put a minimal amount of flyers in the window because we don't want to cover all our
Yeah.
windows.
Mhm.
So I think a second bulletin board somewhere where we can have library programs.
Just library stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
even,
That's a good idea.
I know we were talking about more for the, the garden, those like the cases, but what if putting on this like panel here?
The white panel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Putting
like,
something
maybe
out
like
there. like the ones that are lockable, that way we can control what's going in there and on there. And that might be a good
I
option,
think that would.
cause then it's right on the main street, you don't even have to come into the library,
Yeah.
see what's going on and.
Well, because before, I really like how the Golden Age have their calendar drawn on the window.
Yeah,
But we opted to have more of a bigger display of certain programs, but it'd be nice to have that
Mm.
full calendar of what's
Yeah.
coming up at the library.
Yeah.
And
But you
that's-
could also have it somewhere
Yes,
in
in
the
the
library,
library,
for people that
absolutely.
aren't, yeah,
Yeah.
that are coming in from
Okay,
the
perfect.
opposite direction. Good.
Okay,
social media.
social media. Everything's been going well on social media. We are looking, once we get that summer student on board, and it was a question we asked, you have to be comfortable with social media because we expect you to kind of run a TikTok campaign.
Yep.
A
Oh,
social
yes,
media
yeah.
campaign, just to try to get more youth to use the library. And I find even parents, they're more likely to sit and watch the short videos, so
Yes.
might draw them in. And then just with collections, Emily implemented the puzzle swap. So that's fantastic. Hopefully people take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
And we've got some new board games donated as well. We purchased a giant, the giant Guess Who, because I thought that would be fun for the summer.
Yes.
And then our shelf talkers are in place, but we might look at more permanent ones.
Can you hear us? Tracy and I can see each other, but we can't hear you.
I think something went awry, Lauren.
I think you're right. I guess,
I do-
do you want
I
to
see-
text? Can you text Haley? I
Yeah,
can, but
absolutely.
my phone is downstairs.
No, I've got it. I see that our
Alright.
meeting is now streaming live, so I'm not sure if it's streaming them or us.
Good question.
Okay, I will text Haley right now.
It says live. This meeting is being live streamed and I only see you and me.
I agreed. Okay, I'm texting her now.
Okay. Maybe call her. I don't know if she'll have her ringer on, but
Yeah, I can call her too. I've just sent her the text,
okay.
but I have read receipts, so she will answer me.
Okay.
Like I'll know. I'll know. It's been delivered. Actually, if I call, oh, here she's answering. I was going to say she would vibrate on her watch, no matter.
Oh, really?
Even if she has it turned off, it would vibrate into her watch.
She's all teched out.
Yes. We got booted out of the internet. We're on getting it back. Okay, so we should log
Okay.
out. Should we log out and log back in, or stay and see what happens?
I think we should stay and see what happens, but
Okay,
you can
I'm gonna
text
tell
her
her
and
that.
tell her if you need us to log out, to just let us know.
Yeah. I should have dictated this.
Oh dear.
Yep, that's exactly what I said. We're going to
Okay.
stay and see what happens. Let us know if we
Okay.
should log back in.
There
There you go.
Well, that's
How are
great.
you doing? Oh, we better just be mindful that we might be streaming this,
Well, I know.
because mine says we're still streaming.
Yeah, mine does too.
Okay, okay.
I'm good. I'm just busy with work, that's all.
Yeah, me too.
So,
Okay. Did you get all those signs and symbols pop back on your screen?
no, I've only got this meeting is being live streamed. That's what I've got.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
gonna
got
press it.
that too.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got nobody else.
Okay,
Nothing
nope,
else
me
is going on
neither.
here.
Okie dokie.
Isn't this just the way of modern life?
Okay, we just
we
don't get
have
it.
all this stuff, at our
I know.
fingertips, and then something just fails, and then
Oh, she's answering me. She just gave me a thumbs up.
okay.
Interesting. If it went down at the library, if the whole library system went down.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh, here they
here
come.
we go. Here we go.
Yeah. We can see you.
We're still live. The internet dropped. Let's go.
There we go.
Oh, we are okay.
We're still good. We're still streaming.
We were still streaming. I hope you guys didn't curse us well.
That's
We
funny.
went black.
By the way, I'm gonna turn my camera off from time to time because I'm eating my dinner and I don't want to chew,
That's okay.
on the internet. So just so you know, if you're like, what is she doing? I'm just eating my dinner.
You are there, okay. Okay, so
we're
we
gonna
had,
continue going.
we're
So
good with the activity report unless there's any questions.
And just an FYI, everybody, Lauren and I, on our computers, we had a message that continued to read, meeting is now streaming live on YouTube throughout that little pause. So, yeah, just so you know, our little chat, which was just lovely and that we both had a busy week, we were very mindful that message was there. So I don't know what that'll look like, but you might want to check.
we can edit it.
Thanks, Tracy.
Yeah,
Okie dokie.
we can edit that out later. Perfect. All right. So going back to our treasurer's report.
Okay.
Okay, recommended action is that the Renfrew Public Library Board accept the March 2026 financial statement as presented. Can I get a first and second, please?
Jane?
Perfect.
Yeah, I accidentally printed it wrong. 11/17, so I cut it out. So it's our old GLs, but
Okay.
that's okay, because it lines up. we had this month. So we had good membership fees, fundraising. So the miscellaneous revenue was the transfer that came in, but it will be allocated to the correct account.
The transfer to,
When Kelly's transfer finally came in, I'm not sure why it wouldn't be the full 16,720. Because that should show up under our revenue for the provincial library grant, because we did. Oh, you know what? They probably put that in last year's. Sorry. So we haven't received this year's, obviously. So
Mhm.
our revenues are good.
so this doesn't have anything to do with the.
The last
Grant?
year's,
No,
so
the
the
miscellaneous doesn't have anything to do with.
The
these things?
16
the
would be the
16,000
provincial grant.
was, no, that was just, the transfer from Kelly. Certain amounts were allocated to last year, so
Okay,
like
right,
our
right.
plug and,
Right. Mhm.
the Horton grant. So the 16,000 includes the Sandra Mercer bequest, the
Yeah, that's what I
10,000.
was thinking.
Yes, sorry, and then there was 4,400 from, we carried it over to cover the remaining costs for New Horizons for seniors.
Okay,
So that, I think Mitchell just put it under miscellaneous revenue for now.
okay.
So there's a couple thousand, he had mentioned that there's a couple thousand that he was just gonna move over because it wasn't allocated.
Okay.
But it is in our revenue for this year. Expenses this month. Kind of look at big ones. So end of March 2,000 for books isn't that much. But we will be getting sometimes different parts of the year when more books are published. We tend to get a lot in the fall, and then we try to use up the budget by the end of the year, but we will try to keep that on track.
Okay.
Periodicals, that's our newspapers and magazine subscriptions. Audiovisuals, I have taken out Hoopla from AV. I did implement just for this month, starting May 1st. I reached out and I said I'd like to put on monthly cap.
Okay.
I just think it's keep getting higher. We're already restricting people to 4, but if every single person used it, we would be paying $1,000 a month, and right now we're paying about 600. So I put a $400 cap just to see how it goes and to see if we have any feedback where people say, I'm not able to use Hoopla because you're
Right.
always at your cap.
And when you say
So-
4, you just mean like through the month they can take
Four.
4 books out?
4 e-items,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, and that includes audiobooks and
Video.
yeah, but that cap has been in place for a while. It was 5, we reduced it to 4 just to try to get that budget under control.
Yeah.
Just because our whole AV budget for the year, it is 5,000.
Mhm.
And that it's March and we've already spent 681. And we, like, the majority of that is from those audiobooks that people download from Hoopla.
Gotcha.
So. What else did we spend money on? So we received the reimbursement. That's why there's the negative for the internet. Computer supplies, so that line for computer supplies, that's also what we used for the, for that FortiGate. So like our annual budget's $12,000.
Yeah.
So the fact that we use 9,000 for FortiGate, we're at our limit. And that's all our tech support as well, so. That's tight. That's why I was really hoping it would be really nice to have someone on staff who
Yeah.
could do those extra things.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a total different job description, so. Other than that, were there any questions about this? One thing I did notice, I never receive a bill for things like heating, fuel, electricity, water. So I'm not sure if that's just handled by the town automatically, but it's
Right.
something I'm gonna look into, because I'm not sure about that.
And you're over budget on special events and programs.
Not yet. It was 5 where you are.
For the month.
For the month, oh, yes, yeah, the, our year-to-date actual 2,000, so that also covers, that's when we take out the New Horizons, but it'll be put back
Okay.
from that line.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I know we have, we have 2,000 for the year.
Right.
So, like it does look like we're over budget, but it's because of New Horizons and that it's covered through that grant. Okay. And then building repairs and maintenance, some of the things on our next item could come out of that. And, yeah. Any questions?
None for me. Anyone else have questions? Perfect. All right, if there are no questions, then we shall do an all in favor. Can I get an all in favor for the financial reports? Thank you. If anyone at any time just needs me to reread an action, just let me know before we vote. Just because sometimes we discuss for a while. Okay, perfect. Hiring their committee reports. So hiring committee updates. So we have met, we were supposed to meet last week with the town CAO and the mayor, as well as someone from their accounting department. However, that got pushed due to a bunch of conflicts with scheduling. So Tracy will be meeting with them tomorrow. And we'll provide the committee with an update, and then once we get all that sorted out, we'll probably have some more updates from there. But as we stand right now, we're not anywhere close to even starting an official hiring process. And we appreciate Maggie keeping the boat going the way it needs to go. So yeah, so that's the committee update for us right now. Unless I missed anything, I don't think I did, but yeah. Sure. Excellent. All right, presentations and reports. So the annual report.
Okay, so this is the final, it's different from the one I brought, but I like the layout better.
Yes.
The only thing is because we haven't had our audit done, once that information is available, it will be added either in a separate page or just a link in the document. Check out our audited financial statements here.
Perfect. And who does the audit?
It is the town's. Look,
So that's what it's supposed to look like, so I'm thinking of it like this.
oh, it was because I had put it in the poster size.
Okay.
I'm sorry, in the
Okay.
attachment, but so I made it big because I wanted to have it on display in the library.
Okay,
But I can
That's
make it
what it
8.5 by 11.
okay,
So the link on our website is 8.5 by 11, not
okay, this is the one I thought
from the package.
from the package.
Yeah, when I uploaded it
Oh, I
in
see.
11 by
Okay, all right.
17, so
Okay.
8.5 by 11, but I
Okay, so I can
will,
get the link.
yes, it is on the website. Sorry, Jane.
That's okay.
And I only noticed after I'd done it and someone's like, oh, you printed it, but it's huge. I'm like, oh, oops. That's but yeah, is there any, like in the actual infographic? Is there anything that you have comments on or anything you want a clarification about?
Pretty
No, that's
impressive.
good.
It looks fantastic.
Mhm.
Numbers are great.
Mhm.
And it's great statistics to be promoting and sharing. So
And like, I know our usual one has our board pictures and information, but I just figured since we did strat plan and we had our names and Haley's
Mhm.
message was in there, I'm like, I think this is okay for this year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
then, like I said, I'll add the information about the audited financial statement when it's available.
perfect. Alright. And then the LSC liquidation and S Mercer bequest.
So last meeting, I was asked to just put a list together. I did.
Yeah.
The S Mercer mystery project that was proposed by staff. They said she loved mystery thrillers. This would be an ongoing support of the Cup of Crime book club to have a couple of crime authors. With the murder club, because we have to purchase the full cases every time, so we can support that for a couple of years. And have maybe a special guest. And Madeline was thinking some kind of investigative unit could come and talk, or just something interesting.
Yep.
And then, staff have previously had a murder mystery here, but they thought that would be fun to put on. And then we'd
Love
make a cool plaque with a thank you to Sandra and her family for donating. So that was, out of all these, this was one we would like to go with. Kind of our number one. And then Chromebook replacement. Our Chromebooks are old. We do have some money in the equipment line just
Mhm.
because we didn't replace the computer number one. And people have been using it as a space to use their laptops, and there's been no time where we're like, man, we wish we had another desktop computer.
Yep.
If that happens, we'll take note of it and bring that to the board, but right now the Chromebooks are well used, and these ones need to be, they're about 6 years old, so some of them are not functioning correctly. We've had 4 stolen, so it's kind of, it'd be nice if we could. I know, Donna, I feel the same.
Yeah.
The good thing is, I shut down one that had been taken and not returned. I shut it down yesterday, and they had been using it up to that point. So I'm really hoping that they're thinking, you know what, I can't use it anymore. I might as well return this to the library, because they also have a hotspot, so.
Okay.
Fingers crossed for that. For the finale, I did go ahead and tell Janet to say yes, because for that film party, we had to partner with Armpire.
Mhm.
Because they need another location, they need 3 locations in order to make it worthwhile for the company to come.
Yep.
So I did say, go ahead, if it's not approved to use out of this money, we'll figure it out, or we'll look for sponsors.
And what is that?
Can I
That-
make a comment about that?
Yes.
'Cause to me, that's kind of a frill. And
I
I
know.
think in the budget that we're in right now, we
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing that kind of thing.
Yes.
That was my personal
I
opinion.
know, it's
Yeah.
more, it was kind of trying to encourage the kids to participate. Like, if they're like,
Okay.
you know, at the end of the summer, like, this is your reward, we're not gonna give you kind of
Junk.
junk, I didn't want to say junk, but like, just like things that they're not gonna use, but if it's like a party,
I think it's also a great
yeah.
promotional element.
And it was
Yeah,
more the
yeah.
fact, and I did question it as
yeah.
soon as it was proposed, and I said, I don't think this relates. But the theme is dive in, and Armpire Library also was going to do
Right,
it,
right, okay.
so I couldn't. But, like I said.
For
if
the
we're-
amount, I think it's a good investment to potentially continue keeping those students engaged in a program and year after
Yeah.
year wanting to come back.
And I
And-
thought it would be exciting, and the town's camp would
Mhm.
attend as well.
Okay.
So, like I said, we're gonna look for sponsors, but I did just put everything.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah,
outside.
We
of-
asked for a whole list.
Yeah. it's like,
That's what we
things that
wanted.
can Spend money on.
Yeah.
The water fountain.
Yeah.
So this was, I asked for a quote, I received a quote from Night Lock. It didn't break down the quote, which I can ask if we decide, you know what, this is something we could really use. I do think it's something we could use. It would be nice to have it right there, especially because that stops people from having to come in, go all the way outside and come up, and it would offer us a water source for this building.
Mhm.
I don't mind because I like going upstairs to go fill my water bottle, but it would be nice to have. I don't know if that price is not negotiable, because when I looked for just the water station, it was about $2,000. And we already have the plumbing, but it is something we can break down further if the board's interested.
And so you got the quote, so is that the only approved plumbing company? Is that why?
That's the town's. Who does,
Preferred.
yeah, if we have any plumbing issues, that's who we contact.
Okay,
So that was our facilities manager,
recommendation.
yes, through that quote.
Maybe,
Another quote.
yeah,
Another
I would say
quote.
ideally, like, whenever I've done things in the past, 3 is kind of the idea.
Mhm.
So if we can get 3 quotes, that way you can compare and
Mhm.
Yes.
that kind of thing, but I do understand, like, if the town's like, yeah, this is who we use, it makes
Yeah.
sense, but if
Yeah.
we can just make the comparables, I think that would be
I
better.
agree.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Melcher, I think, is another one that
Another-
does
Mhm.
plumbing.
Perfect. The exterior maintenance, this was the part where I said it could be covered under our building costs as well, some of these things. And our maintenance worker also, our facilities manager said that our maintenance worker could handle the painting. So we
Okay.
wouldn't have to hire a painter, but it would just be the cost of the paint and the brushes and everything. The sod. So I reached out. I didn't have a reply in time for the package. I priced it online for that amount of sod, and it was about, that's my second one. That's the $1,000.
Mhm.
But then when I contacted the company that does the towns, they said that we have to order a minimum, and that does not reach the minimum, so to contact someone else. So I will do that. And then we were hoping to have a planter on the one side of the step, because the other side's the bike rack.
Yep.
But on the other side, and then I did have a woman from Ottawa Valley Stonekeepers come by, and she did a light clean of a couple areas. Tracy stopped in when she was here. And then in a couple weeks, I'm going to take a picture to see if there's any difference.
Okay.
And then we'll move on from there with
Okay.
her. And then the interior updates, just the painting, paint, the forged mural, the window in the children's office, because they don't have a window.
Mhm.
So that would be nice. And then the community bulletin boards and the new roller blinds. Accessible shelving project, that's just a continuation, and that was the quote from our last step that was declined for capital projects this year because there's no capital funding. And then the exterior signage, that was also previously through TF Custom Signs. So, like I said, some of these can be covered out of the building costs, some of them we can get more affordable quotes. And some we're looking for sponsorship.
Okay. So I think to proceed. I
Yeah.
think something that we will all. One thing that I think needs is what is the specific amount of money that we have for anything, because we did receive. The fund from that closed account or closed company. And then the donation. So we know exactly, here's the exact number we have.
Yep.
And then the next meeting, if we can all then by that point, so
Yeah.
this week send an email to us, here's the total amount.
Yep.
And then everyone kind of goes through and makes their best judgment on what everyone thinks, and then we can kind of move from there of if we want to do anything, if we need to keep that money on the side for covering
Okay.
things, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think that's
because
a good idea.
That's
I
good.
don't think we're necessarily gonna be able to do everything,
Mhm.
but
I'm
if we
hoping
can do
not.
one or two,
This was
yes.
the wish list,
Yeah.
That's what we asked for.
Have to do.
Yeah,
That we have to do.
and so this way we can really make those decisions.
Yeah, and will we get any pushback? Because it's kind of money that is donated to us about the fact that we should be spending it on.
There was no indication about what it should be spent on.
Okay, all right,
So
but no,
either of those.
no, I meant more from the town, the fact that they're
Oh,
providing the whole budget and so.
So this
they
money
might get
is
the-
money outside of that.
yes.
Right, right.
Yes, yeah,
I know it's outside, but they may.
yes,
Might be also a feeling that,
Yep.
But the thing
Any
is,
extra
I
should
think with the bequest, that's up to the library board.
Right,
That's
okay.
not,
Mhm.
all right.
it wasn't budgeted.
Feel- yeah,
It- we
okay.
It's a
didn't put that in
donation,
there.
okay.
Yeah, and then the LSC liquidation as well, we didn't expect that.
Right, right.
So these are unexpected funding. And it's not, other than maybe the party, it's nothing that doesn't need to be done. Like, I don't think it's
Yes, yeah.
frivolous. Like the mystery project, I think that is a great commemorative thing for Sandra.
Right.
And that's, like I said, that's the one that I feel we should do,
Mhm.
because we're gonna be spending the money on supporting those programs anyway.
Right.
So if it can come that we've allocated this
Yeah,
amount,
exactly.
when it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
And even the murder mystery, like, we could technically sell tickets,
Mhm.
so that could be a fundraiser for the library too.
Yeah.
So, but the rest, just let me know.
Yeah.
But I'll reach out and try to get other quotes for the water fountain
Mhm.
and the,
yeah, anything that's like you only have one quote
This-
for, yeah,
yeah.
try to get some more.
Yep.
And then there might be some companies that may be willing to work with us on a donation of supplies or things
Sure.
like that, so.
And like the shelving as well, we can put that off till 2027.
Yep.
Just before we move on, I just wanted to say that everybody knows that I'm anti-technology. So I think the library should carefully consider whether or not it invests more money into things like Chromebooks. Right now, every student in grade 7 and higher is issued their own Chromebook by the Renfrew public
County
school board.
Board.
Yeah, and that may be changing, but right now every student in grade 7 or higher has their own personal Chromebook. And given that they're getting stolen, yeah, I would just
Yeah.
question whether that's a good use of library money.
The only thing, Lauren, is the Chromebooks are borrowed by adults. Like it's
They
not
are.
students.
Okay.
Yeah, it's when people don't have computers at home.
Okay.
That's generally why they borrow them, because most times when they borrow a Chromebook, they're also borrowing a hotspot because they don't have internet.
Okay. And
It's unfortunate, but
yeah, but how many Chromebooks got stolen?
4. They were borrowed and not returned.
Yeah, so I still think that's a concern.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So if anyone has questions about any of these topics, in the time being, you can email Maggie
Yeah.
between now and our next meeting. Maggie's gonna send out that total amount. It is on that document, but
Yeah.
just to refresh everyone's memory. And then that way you can kind of pick and choose maybe your top 3 or something, or if you have a specific like idea of something, or say, actually, let's not do any of this, whatever your decisions are, we'll have that conversation at our next meeting. Does that work for everybody? Perfect. All right. On to strategic plan monitoring. So the strategic plan has now officially gone public based on our approval from our last 2 meetings. The library has posted it online, so if anyone would like to take a look through it, but it is essentially exactly what we all approved. But it is also now our driving document, so any decisions that we are making. So I think it's also a good opportunity that for us to be looking at these projects to also reference the decisions we made in the strategic plan, what we're going to be doing and what the goals are for the library. And also just keeping in mind that our term in theory is coming to an end come this fall, with the new board being elected by the town or by being voted in by the town. So that is just a friendly reminder there. Perfect. All right, policy review and updates. So the recommended action is that the Renfrew Public Library Board accept the revised OP-13, the library and elections policy as presented. Can I please get a first and second? Perfect. Donna and Jane.
It's basically the same. It was just updated with different terminology. It's anything that was unnecessary was removed. I also removed the text for the acts because just having the title, if there was any updates, they could just go to that act as opposed to having it written solidly in our policy, because then I'd have to update it as soon as that was changed, or it would be outdated, as opposed to just having the act number.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing changed. And this is, the update was aligned with the OLS policy for library and elections.
Are there any questions about the policy? No. That's true. Perfect. All right, then can I get an all in favor, or would you like me to read the question? No. All right, all in favor. Perfect. All right, so. Board member advocacy and activity report. So I can give my report. So I have the jail and bail fundraiser coming up on May 9th in the program room here in the library. I now, as of yesterday, officially have 5 prisoners, which is great. Their all bail is set at $300 each. I'll be making the announcement tomorrow for our 4th prisoner. As of right now, we have, the mayor is a prisoner. We have Merv Warren, who is known in our community. He does a spring fling fundraiser. That's kind of what his big thing that he's known for, but he does a lot of different community things in around Renfrew. I also have Terry Edwards, who is is now a retired teacher and principal. He still sometimes does some different things, but he's on the Bonnechere River Trail committee as well, and so he's a very big advocate on all things community. And then I have two more, which I'm not gonna say because we're live.
Yeah.
The announcement will go out, but we have two more community members, one of which will have a very large impact from a marketing standpoint, with some live updates going on there. But like I said, their bail is set at $300 each. I already have some people asking so where they can send money to do that. I'm really encouraging people to come in person to the library to get bodies in the building. That way people can actually step foot in the library when they may not have normally done that. But we will accept e-transfer as well. And then I'll be donating all that money to the library. So that is that, which will surpass my personal goal of 1,500 for the year. So very excited about that. Yeah.
That's great, Taylor.
Thank you. Like I always say, if you ever have an idea of something you'd like to see done or something that we can be doing, always reach out. I'm more than happy to help make ideas come to life. So that's my favorite thing. Does anyone else have any updates or notes or questions about board activities? No? Not a problem. All right, so moving on to new business, board assembly representatives.
So in October, I had sent out an email, well, Kelly and I had sent out an email about the board assembly meeting. And I'm not sure, because I received an email to Kelly's account that her account was the board assembly representative.
Okay.
When I contacted OLS just to confirm, they said that's not who we have registered. But I was just wondering, are any of you registered as our board assembly representative?
No.
Would anyone like to be? I realize everyone has a lot on their plates. It's just, I have to register someone. And it's just, there's some spring meetings coming up where one person from our board would represent our library for that population size. And, there's a meeting on May 12th. So if there is anyone, Tracy, are you registered?
I don't think so. But can you explain what it is, Maggie?
Yeah, for sure. So they are, board assemblies provide library board members with opportunities to share information and hear how other boards deal with issues in governing a public library and serve as a communication link between the Ontario Library Service and local boards. So you would represent our board in the board assembly.
So when I went to that workshop a few weeks ago, the attendees that were the major participants and leading the conversations, would they have been members?
They probably would have been if they were the one chosen from their library board to attend that session, then they probably were their assembly representative, but that wasn't an assembly meeting. I think that was about
Just a workshop.
A library board workshop.
It was a library board workshop, but I'm just wondering if those key players at that meeting may have been an example of what a board assembly representative might do.
Yeah, it would be the person who represents your board, so I'd say yes.
Okay.
But if you're interested, I just wanted to update whoever's registered. Like I said, the email came to Kelly, but when I asked, when I had that OLS meeting, I did ask them and they said that's not who we have registered, but they didn't actually tell me who was registered. So just if anyone's interested.
I am interested, but I would like to have some more information before
No problem. So I will, I'm gonna send your name to OLS and they will contact you. Is that okay if I give your email address?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Excellent. All right, the next section was going to be a closed session, but I think at this moment we don't need one. So we're going to skip that. I don't think we need to do anything fancy there, but we're going to skip that. And so there's no need for any rise in reports or closed sessions or anything like that. Our next upcoming board meeting, I think we said did we say the last?
You said I thought we said the Tuesday after May long weekend.
Okay,
A&T, does that work?
is that what we said? I
It
can't
was the
remember.
third Tuesday of the month.
Sure. I can't remember, I wrote it down and now I can't find it.
I did.
Yes, you did say the two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I will be
the
away.
19th.
And
Yes, okay, perfect. So the 19th of May, that would be our next meeting. And as of right now, it will be in this space, but we will send an email to confirm. Perfect, and I think we are good to go, so we will be adjourned at 5:58 PM.
Perfect. Thank you.
Great.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everyone.
Thank you.